Alright, Friday, my favorite day of the week, and it's Vice Day, but before we get to the most fun Vice story, let's do the bread and butter. Gotta do the heavy thinking first. Healthcare, hitting some barriers. Greg Raffetto, law graduate, formerly running a business in the healthcare industry, and ex-Chippendale, thank you for joining me to help wade through the complexities of the recent news.
Glad to be here, Joey.
Fantastic. I'm having fun. Today's double good because it's Friday, and it looks like the Democrats are a couple of them are offering some resistance to the Obama Express, where he's trying to ram through every possible social program and spend money that isn't there, and they're saying, wait a minute, this is a little too much money. The cost monkeys have come out. The Congressional Budget Office, and here's a repeat of history, has said, this is going to cost $1 trillion and maybe more, and so their estimate says, look, you just can't afford it. And this is the same thing that happened to Hillary 16 years ago. She rolled out her big monstrosity, and apparently
that's why Bill had her roll it out, because he knew it wouldn't fly. But it's something that's coming to this country whether we like it or not.
That's an interesting comment. Okay, then let's segue to that by first help me understand. There is resistance by the Democrats, but you think they're going to ram it through anyway because they've got the votes, they got the Senate. That's all they need, don't they?
Well, they've got that, and they've got most Americans believe that quality of care has been compromised under the managed care programs, 80% of them actually, and 71% of doctors, and I believe it's coming.
Wow. Even now, of course, Obama said a lot of things to get elected. One thing he said was, I won't raise taxes on except the richest 5% of the people. Everyone else is going to get a tax break. Well, now they're talking about to pay for this health care plan. They're going to do everything from tax the health care benefits that companies pay to increasing the price of a soda by 10 cents. It's taxing soda pop. So that doesn't seem to be a tax the rich tax there.
No, it does not. Certainly not with grape soda pop.
No. We have a little bit of campaign promise breaking going on.
Well, it has to happen. As you know, I used to run the 14th largest PPO healthcare network in the nation, and I know something about this particular subject matter. I'll tell you, in the United States, we spend at least 40% more per capita on health care than in any other industrialized country with universal health care. And yet we rank 23rd in infant mortality, down from 12th in 1960 and 21st in 1990. And we rank between 50th and 100th in immunizations, depending on the immunization. Overall, we're 67th, right behind Botswana.
Oh, God. I always, in my when I listen to the right-wing rhetoric, they say, well, you know what, that's all the illegals coming over, that's all that is. How much truth is that?
No, that's the majority. You take a percentage of how many illegals there are versus the entire populace, and that's just simply not true.
Yeah, well, supposedly we have the best high-tech healthcare. But you're talking about stuff that's relatively low-tech stuff. Well,
no, actually, high-tech healthcare would contribute to your overall life expectancy, and the United States ranks 20th in life expectancy for women, down from 1st in 1945 and 13th in 1960. For men, we're 21st in life expectancy, down from 1st in 1945 and 17th in 1960.
Wow. So so maybe we've got the highest tech healthcare, but it's only, and I'm making the Democrats' argument, but that it's only getting to the few, and only a few get the best care, and everyone else has to, suck wind. So is that what's going on? Is it really that scarce that you just can't get it to everybody because machinery is so complex? I'm trying to understand the allocation and rationing that goes on right now.
Well, there's preventive care also, that you don't have to be sick to go see a doctor.
So, let's pick a country that's pretty high up there with all those stats that you mentioned. I don't know, is France or Britain, one of the upper 10% or up in the higher ranks? I'm not sure which ones are in the high ranks.
Yes, they would be.
Is that because they do better preventative care that you think their numbers are higher than ours and the ones you mentioned?
Yes.
Well, they're going to pick off something better, and they're going to do a better job at immunizing. So you can see quite a few advantages to, pouring a lot of money into preventative stuff. Now, is it just human nature to not go and get preventative care? It is for me, I can tell you that. I don't like going to doctors.
Yeah, that's true, but there are more people seek preventative care when it's under a universal health care program. So the doctor's office visits and more hospital days. They have in these other industrialized nations that have universal health. They've got a higher number of doctor visits and a higher number of hospital days than in the U.S.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess come to think of it, I did go in for something with a minor skin problem once, and the guy charged me $70 to look at me for 5 minutes, and I'm never going to do that again. I'm not going to go unless my arm's half off.
Well, that's the nature of guys in our age group.